When was the first time you met Kobe?
He was probably 21 or 22. And I always admired his bravado. Like, he had no business having the bravado he had.
Right.
But he did at 23, and he was cocky. And I just remember he's never going to be able to live up to that bravado. I mean, he came out and he was there, right there in front of you, and had so much confidence. And having covered Michael Jordan through all those championship years, you sort of juxtapose those where Michael had the confidence, but he had won things.
Right.
Kobe was just really in the embryonic stages of his career, but he had as much confidence as Michael did after Michael won all those titles, which is amazing.
Well, and I do remember at the time that everyone's like, boy, he's calling his shot with Jordan. I mean, anybody who's ever done that does not really have much to go for themselves by the end of the basketball day.
But he welcomed the comparison. He took the baton.
Right.
I don't know if they gave it to him. He took the baton to say, I can be better than Jordan. A lot of guys back then shied away from any comparison. I remember Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill in particular. They're like, whoa, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
Kobe was like, hey, I'm over here, I'll take it. And they're like, no, you're too young to. Kobe had no qualms about it. And there are certain athletes you're around. You know, Tiger's always been that way. And you saw that where Tiger, I think, thought he could be better than Jack Nicklaus. Kobe thought he could be better than Michael. I don't know if Tom Brady said, I can be better than Joe, or at what point did he say, I'm better than Joe Montana?
Right.
I don't even know if he would say that privately, but how many athletes and how many sports say, I can be the best in my respective sport? And Kobe certainly did that, just like Tiger. And you saw Tiger had a relationship with Kobe and was pretty broken up by that. And the things that stood out to Tiger, Kobe blowing out his Achilles and still going to the line to shoot free throws.
Right.
So here's Tiger winning a U.S. Open on a broken leg. Those are the kind of things that I think resonated with him.
Well, I mean, Kobe went to the line because if he didn't, he would have been ruled ineligible to return to the game.
Yeah.
Just in case that Achilles that just popped, he knew it just popped, is something that he could come back
Yeah, he got a
from.
new one at halftime.
Which is why, what happened yesterday is so particularly stunning amongst many other reasons. Dan Patrick here on the Rich Eisen Show. I first met Kobe on a Sports Center commercial shoot. He came up to Bristol, and it was Stuart and I in the corner of a break room, and Kobe went up to the machine to remove some, to buy some chips. And all Stuart and I were talking about is how he moved like Jordan and ate the chips like Jordan. And Kobe was into that. And Stuart and he had some interesting moments together because they were kind of one and the same in the fact that, as you just read in the Ringer piece that was the oral history about Stuart, he thought he was the best at what we were doing, and he was going to be the greatest of all time.
There's no doubt.
And Kobe was the same exact way, and the two of them just hit it off just like that. And I thought of Stuart yesterday, too, for so many reasons. And it was just Kobe is just, it's similar. They have a similar personality.
Wasn't there the Sports Center commercial with Keyshawn Johnson and Kobe and,
Right. And
Stuart and Kenny Mayne were teaching them trash talking?
Yes, right. Yeah. I mean, and that is kind of right. And the fact that Kobe had now evolved into a coach in real life for his daughters.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I can't even comprehend it. It's so difficult to compute.
Well, he had a
Dan.
second career, and a lot of these athletes don't, or they're not sure what that second career is.
Right.
Because you'll never match what this was in your 20s and 30s, the highs that you have. And here's Kobe, who matched it and then some, because his daughter kind of reintroduced him to basketball, and he was falling in love with basketball again. He won an Academy Award. He won an Emmy. And you could see where there's a business side of him that was going to be as determined to be great at that as he was at basketball. And, I just think that he found something with his daughters and the fact that she wanted to go back and watch games and have him teach her, special moment. It's just, and having 4 kids and 3 daughters, and you just see, birth and death of a 13-year-old. And I know we lost other people on that helicopter crash, but when you see your child with those numbers, no parent should ever see those numbers.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.